Bull versus bear. Stock battle.
I am ready.
It's the bull. It's the bull, baby.
It's the bull. 3, 2, 1, go.
Constellation is one of the most successful stocks in Canadian market history. Proven business model and strong fundamentals across the board. Tremendous track record of financial success, growth and profitability in every year. Revenue has grown by nearly 6 times over the last 10 years from 900 million to 5.1 billion, and net cash flow has grown by almost 10 times. Recent financial performance continues the trend with Q2 revenue up 30% and constant currency organic growth of 2%, 5% organic growth last year. The many billions invested into acquisitions over the years have been funded primarily with free cash flow. The company rarely issues shares and maintains a healthy balance sheet. CSU stock has been resilient through the tech market crash. The share price is down only 5% over the past 12 months, while many comparable software stocks are down well over 50%. The valuation is about 35 times trailing cash flow, which isn't cheap, but you have to pay a little more for high quality assets, and we must consider this growth at a reasonable price. Time. See, if this were a rap battle, I feel like I'd want to drop the mic. But since my mic is a little big, I feel like I want to drop my mouse. I'm just worried that, I might break it. So just imagine
right on
the mouse drop.
I think you dropped something before that. So I'm not going to say what it was. It could have been acid, but I'm just... All right.
Wow.
Sorry.
Are you ready, Ryan? I'll count you in.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll count you in from 20. 20. Just kidding. 3.
It's really funny.
2, 1, go.
Constellation grows by acquisition, but it has a problem. Like we just saw with Michael Burry and we talked about, tech valuations remain high. Debt is more expensive and the company has negative organic growth. Q2 free cash flow was down significantly. Cash flow from operations was down 55%. High valuations, PE of 61, price to FFO of 24, EV to EBITDA of 22, and with $1.52 billion in net debt. Organic growth is shrinking from 14% in Q1 2021 to 7%, down to 4, down to 1, and negative 2 in the last quarter. Without organic growth, CSU needs acquisitions, but due to its size, management is having issues finding suitable acquisitions which meet its initial criteria, paying out a special dividend even in 2022 as it couldn't effectively deploy its capital. Constellation is not a bad company, but is it the right time to buy with high valuations, negative organic growth in the face of a recession? Growth by acquisition works until it doesn't. The only logical answer is no. Drop acid. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so do we make any retorts here, or do we just leave it to the judge?
Silence? Oh, just kidding. I'm just joking.
He wants to make it proper once.
I'm just joking. I mean, you can make a retort if you want, I think.
You want to know what?
Arguing.
The judges have
we
questions.
Can always...
Why don't we leave it to the judges?
Yeah.
And if the judges have questions, because we've said our bit, right?
I think the judges are smart enough to know exactly.
The judges are brilliant. That's why they're in the position that they're in. They're just
man, do they look smart.
So I think
especially Brennan and Brad, especially him too.
Thanks.
They look really smart.
All right.
Now that you guys are done buttering us up, so I think the one big thing that is a little concerning, like Ryan said, is we're seeing organic growth decline. I think Ryan said something like it went from 14% to 5%. Now it's negative in the last quarter. I think that's what he said.
Is there a question in that?
There is not a question in that.
Do you have a question about the organic growth in the last quarter?
No.
Okay. Because if you do, I'm happy to answer.
Aaron's
if you don't, though,
wants to get something.
What was the net debt to EBITDA? Do we have
under 1?
Under 1? Okay, so that's. I don't think that's a concern.
Is that including leases?
It should be including leases. I believe it is including leases, but I'd have to.
So I don't think that the debt is.
It's not it's not a net debt.
I guess it really just
net
comes
debt to EBITDA is
down to. The growth for the price we're paying. Does it offer growth at a reasonable price? So last year you said, Aaron, it was 5% organic growth for the year in 2021. Is that correct?
On a constant currency basis. Let me specify that actually organic growth was positive in the quarter on a constant currency basis. It was negative when considering foreign exchange.
Okay.
for the
And
quarter.
overall revenue was up with
2%.
30%.
30%. Yeah.
30%. What do you think, Brett?
Well, I can tell both of them are reading my report while I eat, especially Ryan. So he's been taking some of my words verbatim, to say the least.
Which is
I
a
will
smart
say,
thing to
no,
do.
it is a smart thing. It is a bit helpful. But on the constant currency thing, I should add that they have significant operations in Europe as well. So as their currencies have plummeted over the last year or so, it has had quite a bit of a headwind. And something which I will pose to you guys is, do you think they're going to have more opportunity for mergers and acquisitions in a recessionary scenario?
Well, I think potentially they would. But the way I would look at an acquisition strategy like that is, it's going to be a little bit volatile from period to period. There's going to be some quarters where the acquisitions are lower, some where they're higher. But you look at the track record, obviously they have the team to identify great. I mean, their track record is certainly one of the top in the market.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they can acquire anything anymore. It's really up in the air. After you make your judgment, I'll have another comment about that.
So I am going to say, given the 5% organic growth, which isn't bad, but like Aaron said, 35 times
2%.
35
in the quarter, 5% last year. By the way, last year's, that's constant currency as well, because I wanted to be consistent. It was 7% last year, just before constant currency, but
Sometimes you benefit, sometimes
I
you
I
gotta
think
just
lose.
be
over the
consistent.
long run, seeing
That's
organic growth decline, seeing 5% organic growth while we're paying 30 times or 35 times cash flow, I am going to have to say that Ryan is the winner on this one. And I would argue that it was basically because of the coin flip. Brett, do you
I agree. It's a bit unfair when he's taking my words. It's hard to argue against yourself.
I
I don't
Did you
think
say
Brett
you
should have been
agree
judged.
with Brett?
I agree with myself.
Or with Did you say you agree with
Brett.
Brennan?
Brett won the debate.
What is the judgment?
I think Ryan wins.
Yeah, I think he does.
I have just lost all respect to both of you as analysts.
You guys are awesome. That's all
Thankfully,
can
I didn't
say.
have much to begin with, but the little bit that I did
It's gone.
is gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
You
gotta
want to
say,
know what? 5% organic growth is an excellent growth rate. Maybe they did 14 in the past. I would argue that was probably maybe in like 1 year or something.
it was a quarter. It was a quarter.
Yeah. So
It was-
so
and it
Ryan
was
basically cherry
pandemic.
picked.
Of course he did.
Cherry picked the highest quarter of organic growth so that he could try and create the illusion of a downward trend. And you guys fell for it.
No.
This is literally
That's what he was
one of the
doing
best
too.
track records in the Canadian market. And 35 times cash flow for long-term
Would you buy it right
investment,
now, Aaron?
They
Would you
also
buy it
I would
right
paid
now?
out a
consider.
special
And you want to know what? I
Yeah,
would very much
yeah.
consider. And you want to know what? If it had more of a yield, I would consider it for the income stock.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I will say, and this in no way eliminates any of the statements that I've made about Brett and Brennan. Ryan, did a good job of twisting and transforming
It's
the data.
true.
Because I came in, I'm just like, Ryan's done. There's no way. He's toast, right?
Constellation's
After
a really good
talk,
company.
though, I was kind of like, whoa,
Yeah.
like he can definitely distort the truth
It's true.
for his own purposes. So who
Impressive.
knows? Like
Yes.
for the extremely gullible.
He's
I'm
preparing
joking,
his political
guys.
career.
I'm joking.
His political career is up next.
It's
Don't worry.
true. It's
I've
true.
always told.
Yeah.
I've been telling Ryan for years he should run for office.
He already gets the hair.
That
for
is
it.
not a compliment. That's all I can say. That is like not a compliment at all.
All right, guys, you guys stink,
no,
but whatever.
it was-
I still love you both. I'm just
Constellation is
I'm being a sore
just-
loser. Huh?
Mhm.
Constellation's a really well-run company, and they've been able to run that very difficult line between growth by acquisition, some organic growth. It's been coming down, but it's still not bad. In the rate, if they can do 5%, and at the size they're at, is the thing. It's just a downturn should help them. To be honest, it should actually help them in terms of valuations. Labor costs in technology, that could help them as well. So yeah, I mean, I would love to see them with a massive net cash position, right? Like that would be a topper for me, being involved in the company.
Oh, I'd like to see them with massive net cash, 100% growth. And
I do sometimes wonder why they
recurring revenue.
They hadn't raised, used a little bit of share issuance when they were a little higher as well, just to use that money again in a downturn,
but they generate so much free cash flow that they've been able to.
They do it most out of cash, which is great, right?
Yeah.
It's great.
How much was the special dividend? Do you know how much?
500 million or something,
500
wasn't
million?
it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
It was a significant amount, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it was in that range.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, we can.
I mean, whatever. Everybody knows
500.
This was a fix.
Yeah.
So
it's true. It's true.
I hope you guys enjoy your $5 checks.
The fix
Ryan didn't even sign. You're gonna get your checks in the mail. You're gonna be like, Ryan, you forgot to sign. He's like, oh yeah, I'll send you another check.
Wow, I like how heated this gets
postage.
between
What's
you guys.
that?
I think
I know.
I like how heated this gets between you guys. I think we need more Ryan Aaron debates.
Oh, yeah.
We're more heated with you guys.
No, it was just so everybody knows, it was Brennan and Brett's idea. They said we want to see Ryan and Aaron go head to head, and I thought, Ryan was. You could see Ryan's face go white. No, I thought it was a great idea. I'm saying that he actually won. So
yeah, I seem really. I was very perturbed.
You were so scared you couldn't even.
I would like to look at those organic growth numbers for myself now too, just to see how much I was,
over.
dude.
Don't worry about it.
They are the raw numbers. There's no lie in what I'm saying.
Picking.
They're the raw numbers.
It's not a lie if you believe that it's true, right, George?
It's true.
George Costanza from Seinfeld?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Right. No, that was a good one.
It's not you, it's me. It's not you.
It was. I think it was a good company. And in the future, I think we're just really going to endeavor to find stocks to debate where they can literally go either way. I don't know. You guys thought that won it on the coin toss. Maybe that was the way it was, but I think that was a company that could have gone
I thought
either
it was
way.
close.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a company that could have gone either way personally, and it's good.
I thought it was actually quite close, honestly. Even though Ryan was taking my words, when I was writing this report, I was going back and forth on it, which is why I thought it would be good.
Like a good back catcher in baseball.
So
I framed the pitch really well. I framed the pitch.
For Ryan, isn't that kind of like if there's a court case, the judge does the closing and the opening and all the questioning for the
had my report as well. You could have.
You had access.
Yeah, I said you this. You could have just torn my.
All right, let's move on.
That was good. That was good. All right.